Hey guys, welcome to Yoga Alicia. I am Alicia, and today the pose that we're going to be doing is Tadasana, also known as mountain pose. So we are doing this pose. This is a very important pose. This is actually the foundation of all of our standing poses. So mastering this is crucial to mastering any of the other standing postures. So what we're going to do is work ourselves into the posture from the ground up, starting with our feet, obviously. So you can come with your feet together, but really what you want is your heel to be right behind your second and third toes. So you might need to bring your heels slightly out, like an inch or two, not very far. If this is uncomfortable for you and you're finding it hard to balance, you're more than welcome to bring your feet out hip distance. And if you're pregnant and you're finding even hip distance to be a little bit uncomfortable, you can go ahead and bring your feet out as wide as you need to get comfortable in this pose. So, coming back, for the rest of you that are comfortable here, I want you to go ahead and lift your toes up off the ground. So, what we're playing around with right now in this pose, getting started, is our weight distribution. You want to imagine 4 points on the bottom of on each of your feet. So, I'm sorry, my feet are dirty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, the 4 corners of your feet, not including your toes, you want to find equal weight distribution. So, if you need to kind of gently rock forward and backwards until you can find that equilibrium there, or your weight into each leg and go back and forth until you feel like you have your weight equally distributed between both of your feet and front to back. This is what we refer to as 4-point standing. So if you ever hear a teacher say that, that's what they're referring to. So once you have your weight, you feel like you're good, you feel like you're nice and equal, you can go ahead and lower your toes down to the ground. I actually like to keep my toes up in some of these postures. My last pregnancy left me with flat feet, and that makes balance a little bit more difficult for me. So in some of these postures, I actually like to keep my toes up. And Tadasana in general will help you fight the effects of flat feet, but also keeping your toes lifted helps rebuild your arches back up also. So sometimes I just like to stay with my toes up. It's totally up to you if you want to do that. So now that we have our feet all taken care of, we can start working our way up the legs. So we want to lift the kneecaps, tighten in the thighs, and there's going to be a really subtle rotation of the upper thighs in this posture, and it's going to be inward. So you want to just very, very gently, subtly rotate your quadricep muscles inward and towards the back wall. Okay? It's going to keep us from tucking our tailbone under. So I'm actually going to turn to the side for a little bit of this. This is another one of those postures where you want to stack head, heart, hips. Triple H. So making sure, I don't know why I'm fidgeting my feet so much right now. So our head is over our heart is over our hips, our knees are pulled up, our upper thighs are rotated inward, the core is engaged. You're going to bring that navel in, and with the lower back here, if you want to do this against the wall and kind of see how big your gap is, so like when I first started, I was like this against the wall, and you could literally just come and put your arm in the gap between the wall and my lower back. So I'm very conscious now about making sure that it's not a tucking of the tailbone that fills in that space. It's pulling in the navel and engaging the core, and try to picture yourself widening in your lower back. So like pressing back and outward with it, if that makes sense. And then moving on to the chest, you want your chest to feel broadened without sticking it out. We're not doing this. We're staying here, heart over hips, but you want to feel broad. in the chest, right? So we're like, our hearts are open, we're a mountain, we're standing tall, you're elongating through the crown of your head, and the bottom of your chin is parallel to the floor. So we're not like this, and we're not like on a mountain. We're a mountain. Your arms can be pretty much wherever you want. There's a multitude of things that you can do with your arms. I like to have mine right here. If you want to have yours right here, that's fine. Some people interlace them behind their back or do weird funky stuff with them. Whatever you want, really. But right here, this is comfortable for me. This is where I choose to go in my mountain pose. So just recapping really quick, we are grounded down into all four corners of our feet with our weight equally distributed. Our upper thighs are very slightly rotated inward. Our navel is in, our chest is broad, our shoulders are down and away from our ears, and our neck is elongated with our chin parallel to the floor. And this is mountain pose. And when done correctly, you can see that you're pretty much engaging your entire body goes into doing this posture correctly. So although it might look super boring, it's really not. It's one of those yoga poses where it looks so easy and then you do it and you're like, wow, this is actually maybe one of the harder yoga poses to do. So it's not as easy as it looks. But if it still looks super boring to you, you can also think of it as an upside down headstand, right? It's basically what we're doing. And mountain pose actually does help us with our headstands because when we can figure out how to balance standing upright, then we can figure out how to balance while we're inverted also. It just makes things easier. So, some other really great benefits to mountain pose. This is a great pose for sciatica. Again, it helps with some of the effects of flat feet. And we're also strengthening our bellies, our buttocks, our knees, our thighs, our ankles. It's going to help us improve our posture. This is just a really great posture to learn. It is the foundation pose of all standing poses. So I encourage you, do it wherever you are. If you're out and about at your kid's soccer practice, you're just standing there. You can stand and do this posture absolutely anywhere. So I encourage you to master the mountain pose. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.